In 2019, the official Minecraft YouTube channel would upload Minecraft Earth official reveal trailer. Now with over 8 million views, the trailer showcased a Minecraft AR or augmented reality game. It was Minecraft's equivalent of the previous sensation Pokemon Go, and from game trailers and footage, looked like what players had all dreamed of, with trailers mentioning it being a living and breathing Minecraft world. Quoted as the next big thing, promoted by dozens of YouTubers with subscriber counts in the millions, and even nominated for the best VR or AR game in E3 2019, Minecraft Earth looked like it could have been the next big thing, the next mobile game sensation. But after eventually releasing in late 2019, the game fell into obscurity, with almost everyone seemingly forgetting of its existence immediately. Then in 2021, only a year and a half after its very rough global launch, it was shut down forever. So what happened to Minecraft Earth? Let's first talk about how the game worked. Players would be greeted with this screen upon opening the game and would walk around their neighborhood or city looking for what was known as tappables. Tappables were objects that could be found around the world, which when tapped several times gave you items that would go into your inventory. Tappables included items such as chests, which when tapped acted like loot boxes, giving you a selection of items of varying rarities. These could be blocks with a common rarity such as wood and its many variants, blocks such as brick with the uncommon rarity, items such as buckets with the rare rarity, or if you were very lucky, could be redstone lamps, repeaters and torches, which had the epic rarity. There was also a legendary rarity, but none of the items seemed to be classified as so according to the wiki. You could also get blocks and items which weren't actually in normal Minecraft and were entirely unique to Minecraft Earth, but we'll get to that later. Other tappables included grass tappables, stone tappables, tree tappables, pond tappables, and mob tappables, which included a large selection of theme appropriate and unique mob reskins never seen in any other Minecraft game. Basically, tappables were the way of collecting various resources around the world. So what could you do with such resources? Well, this was the cool part. You could obtain what was known as build plates, which were like a schematic or a blueprint of a specific build. You could then place this build plate in the real world and utilizing the resources you had collected, could build it in real time. Other players you invited could also see this build plate and help you build it, contributing their own resources to it. You could then share your builds with a link so other players could see your creations, and coolest of all, you were supposed to be able to pin your build plates on the map for all other players who pass by to see, similar to as was shown in the original trailer. You could unlock build plates by leveling up as well as by spending rubies, the in-game premium currency Minecraft Earth had. Beyond simply collecting resources and building things, you could also partake in what was known as adventures. Adventures could be found randomly on the map or could be spawned by players using adventure crystals. They were easily visible with their massive beacon beam and were short time events similar to raids in Pokemon Go, lasting only 7 minutes. Before joining an adventure, you were asked to select the items you wanted to bring with you, and then the game would switch to the AR camera and you would see structures generate around you, incorporating themselves with the real world, containing ores and mobs you had to kill. You could destroy blocks and interact with the environment to a limited degree, and mobs could do damage to you, and if you died, the adventure would end. The goal of adventures was to collect the rarer resources and ores which could be mined or found in special adventure chests, which you got by killing all hostile mobs. You could of course do adventures with multiple other players at the same time, and there were a variety of different locations for adventures such as caves, trees, castles, and many more, all with their own rarity. However, while you could interact with blocks and mobs above and below you, you couldn't actually descend or go down into caves, which made it quite awkward to navigate these adventures. And finally, there were a variety of exclusive mob types in Minecraft Earth as well, which Java and Bedrock players alike have been begging Mojang to add for a while now. There was 5 variants of pigs, 8 sheep variants, 8 cow variants, 6 chicken variants, 5 rabbit variants, some special iron golem skins, zombie skins, skeleton skins, and other mob skins. In fact, the glow squid was originally from Minecraft Earth before it was implemented into normal Minecraft. So overall, the game seemed quite unique, but most importantly, it looked cooperative and lots of fun to play casually with friends. Microsoft would begin sponsoring YouTubers to play and upload videos about Minecraft Earth, with a series by Mumbo Jumbo and Grian racking up millions of views total, so it had a lot of exposure and hype behind it, and was backed by one of the biggest companies in the world. With everything looking so bright for Minecraft Earth's future, what could possibly go wrong? Well, simply put, Microsoft were not subscribed to the Mr. Epic on YouTube. Just like all of you who unsubscribed and really should be. No pressure, of course. Anyways, the first of the game's issues began as soon as the game was released with its bumpy closed beta and eventual launch. While the game was announced earlier in 2019, very few countries would gain access to it around then and could only do so by signing up for the beta. That's fine and all, Microsoft were letting people in gradually over time, and people who signed up were told that they should expect an email response with the free Minecraft Earth skin within 24 hours of registration. However, there were technical difficulties from the get-go, with many players waiting days on end without getting an email response. And just like Pokemon Go, which had one of the roughest and most bug-riddled launches in existence, Minecraft Earth had an abundance of issues, with some devices struggling to run it properly, the app repeatedly crashing over and over, as well as the GUI being glitchy and hard to use. You can see complaints of such issues from Google Play Store reviews, where players mention the idea is cool, but the execution of the game is very clunky so far. That wouldn't even be the game's biggest issue though. You see, the game was announced May of 2019, and only iOS devices from certain countries could participate in the closed beta starting July that year. Android devices would have to wait another month or even slightly longer depending on the country. As for full release, well, that was staggered as well, and while countries such as Iceland and New Zealand got access as early as October the 17th, bigger countries like America and various European countries had to wait another month until they would gain access. This resulted in many players who heard about the game and got hyped up months prior to forget about the game entirely or give up waiting. As you can see by my YouTube poll here, a whopping 80% of you guys never even played Minecraft Earth, with 13% of you not even knowing of its existence. For a free mobile game with the Minecraft name attached to it, that's very low figures. This comment sums it up pretty well. Players saw it, thought it would be cool, but then upon realizing that they couldn't play it yet and would have to wait a few months to do so, they likely forgot about it and moved on. There are a significant number of players who never even knew the game released or shut down now. Its publicity fell off so hard. Beyond the game's launch, however, there was still an abundance of issues. The early gameplay, while enjoyable, became repetitive or gimmicky over time. The original trailers where majority of players first heard about the game included or alluded to one key feature which never came to be, and that was the idea of other players seeing the builds you placed around your neighborhood. As prior mentioned, to build with others or collaborate on a build plate, you'd have to invite them or share your build through a QR code. The trailers clearly showed players walking around and seeing other people's builds, which were of a grand scale. Here's one part of the trailer where we can see a massive castle in the place of a house, or where tentacles connect buildings as well as other structures. Walking around the neighborhood or city and seeing players' builds incorporated into real-world structures sounded very fun, and the fact that it never came to be likely left many players thinking that Minecraft Earth was lackluster or not nearly as cool as the trailer made it seem. Although to be fair, I can understand why this also might have caused issues as well. Letting players build and showcase whatever they wanted would likely result in 95% penises and 5% actual structures. Even with all of Minecraft Earth's issues, there was still a game with content and a small but active community of players who enjoyed playing the game a lot. I mean, Minecraft Earth wouldn't have been the first AR game to have a rough launch, and that's why the ultimate reason for the game's downfall is something nobody could have predicted. Minecraft Earth finally finished rolling out globally in December of 2019. Only 2 to 3 months later, COVID-19 would sweep across the world, forcing lockdowns with people going out very scarcely. And while every other game and online platform was seeing record numbers of users, a game such as Minecraft Earth, where players have to get out and about and play with others to enjoy it the most, suffered. And then, in January of 2021, after only a year of global release, it was announced that Minecraft Earth would be shutting down in June of that same year, with the primary reason being cited as the pandemic. 1 year is all it took for the game to be considered a failure. It's rather unfortunate, as the game did seem like it had more potential. Many players mentioned enjoying it a lot prior to it shutting down, and it seemed like COVID really was the nail in the coffin for the game, which already had a shaky launch. But on the other side of the argument are players mentioning how it didn't live up to their expectations, feeling boring and repetitive to play, with COVID merely being a scapegoat for the game's failure. Pokemon Go is still running fine, and COVID would have impacted it as well. It seemed there were deep-rooted problems in the game that were never addressed. Not that I would know personally anyways, as I completely forgot about the game's existence after its initial announcement and didn't even realize it had shut down until a few weeks ago. And I'm sure that story is very similar for many of you out there, indicating that the staggered releases and poor advertising may have been another contributing factor to the game's ultimate failure. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching.